Question for y'all. Do you like my Gundam shorts? Because honestly, I love making them. But there's a problem. If you're looking on screen right there, that is my display case. And that little area is all the room I have left to store my Gundam kits. So, once that space gets filled, I will no longer be able to do any more Gundam shorts. But there is a way to save them, and you have that power. And it's very simple. All you gotta do is go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Help me save Gundam shorts on this channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, help grow this channel, and help us build one of the strongest communities on the internet today. And if you own Gundam Breaker 4 and you want a chance to be featured on this channel, why don't you go ahead and submit your build using the link down below for a chance to get your build featured in a future video on this channel. My bad for getting this one out so late. This was actually supposed to come out last month, but I had to push it back because I wound up having issues with my software, my editing software. But luckily, took one update and now we're back and I was able to get this one out. So, if you watched my last video on this series, this month we're going to go ahead and try AI. So, I'm going to go ahead and let AI take over and let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you prefer my beautiful sexy voice or would you like AI to take over? Let me know in the comments down below. And now let's go ahead and get into it.
The manufacturer of this build is submitted by Kaizen. This build is called the Requiem Divider Gundam. Scale of the parts, high grade. The design based is a combination of OZ-13MS Gundam Epion, ZGM-FX-20A Strike Freedom Gundam, ZGM-FX-19A Infinite Justice Gundam, and GX9901DX Gundam XX. The parts that are used in the build of this Gundam is: the head and body uses parts from the Gundam Epion Endless Waltz version, right and left arms uses the Strike Freedom Gundam parts. The legs comes from the Infinite Justice Gundam, and the backpack part comes from the Gundam DX. This build is equipped with the Epion EW version shield. As for the weapons loadout, the right arm is equipped with the MA-78F High Energy Beam Rifle and the left arm with the Lupus Beam Rifle for the long-range weapons. Both arms are equipped with the Twin Beam Sword for the close-range weapons. As for the builder parts, we have the stabilizer, M106 Fortis Plasma Beam Cannon, paired, Beam Saber Oscillation Blade, paired, and IFS Unit, paired. Now I'm going to let this build complete and will return at the training session. Remember, time codes are in the description below if you wish to skip ahead. At this part we're going to showcase the Requiem Divider Gundam, starting with the standard moves, attacks, and movements. Now on to the skills. We're going to start with discussing EX skills. First we have armor repair, which is the heal. Then we have the Enfortis plasma beam cannon. Next, beam saber oscillation blade. And last we end with the Zero system. There are also two more additional EX skills that are able to be equipped. First is the IFS unit. And second is Super Lacerda Beam Saber. As for the OP skills, we have the Griffin Beam Blade, the Self-Destruct, then the dual-equipped IFS unit / field deployed, and the Heat Rod. For the Awakening type is the Lightning Stimulant. Lastly, for the burst action we have the Twin Satellite Cannon.
At this point, I thought I'll go ahead and take over for the AI and let you know my thoughts on this build and what I think about it. Now, quick disclaimer, this is not a review and I'm never going to rate your builds. Now, I will say this, down below in the comments, if you want to rate this build, you're totally welcome to. The only thing I ask is be a little bit forgiving about the paint, because this may not be their actual paint job, and that's only due to the rules of submitting their builds. So just be forgiving, reasonable, and maybe rate it on a curve. But outside that, go ahead, and if you want to rate the build, you can. Be aware, everything that I say in this section is based on personal preference only and has nothing to do with how good or how bad your build is or your skills in building. Now, with that disclaimer out the way, here are my thoughts. Well, the first thing I'll say is that, yeah, this build's pretty good. I really don't have any issues with it. I definitely like the backpack of this Gundam design. I definitely do like it. It's actually pretty cool. The one thing I will say is, and I'm not sure what that part is, but the fact that some of those parts are not flesh to the mobile suit, and that might have been my mistake, has nothing to do with the person who created this design, but I personally like to put my parts flesh right up against the mobile suit. But again, that may have just been my error, so I may have to look at that again. But if you look on screen, yeah, I would definitely work on making those parts a lot more flush with the Gundam itself, so it looks like it's a part of the Gundam. But that's just me. And again, this could be my error. The other thing is, I would like to see how it will look in a different color. I mean, that's just my preference because, well, I mean, this has nothing to do with this build, but I'm not the biggest fan of this color scheme. That's why I'm not the biggest fan of the Infinite Justice Gundam, because I typically don't really like the color, honestly. So I would like to see it in a different color. But again, that's just my personal preference. It has nothing to do with this being bad. It's just, I'm not the biggest fan. I'm just not the biggest fan of that color scheme. So I would like to see it in a different color. You can't go wrong with the twin beam sword. I always like that weapon. And I also like, I forgot what that builder part is in the back, but I definitely like that builder's part addition in the back. So yeah, I definitely do like that addition. I think it definitely adds more to this Gundam, or I should say to this mobile suit. Well, it is a Gundam. So yeah, for the most part, I got to use it. I definitely have fun. I definitely do like this build. I definitely appreciate that you use paired parts, so it definitely made it a lot more quicker to get this design completed. Honestly, I don't have much else to say except, yeah, I definitely like this build. I definitely think it's a solid build. I definitely like the weapons loadout. Yeah, I like your build, and I think it's a good build. Absolutely. Now, what would I rate it? I told you I'm not going to do that, but I will say I did enjoy using it, and I will say this is definitely a pretty cool build, and I would tell people you should try it out for yourself. Once again, I want to thank Kaizen for submitting their build. I definitely appreciate it. Definitely a really good build, and just so you know, I may have AI take over this section too the next time I showcase one of your builds. So let me know in the comments down below if you like my voice or if you would like to see the AI take over this entire video. With that being said, I'll be back at the end of this video.
This is the mission desk. Coming! Our updated missions and events. They've got something new for everyone.
Ready to rock! I need a reboot!
Right. Way ahead of you.
Got you! Yeah! Got you! Bullseye! What? Yeah! Yeah! Stage complete! Yeah!
This one looks tough!
Bullseye! Yeah! Bullseye! Bullseye! We're in the groove! Come on, a perfect grade is basically cheating! Yikes! Back to business! Bullseye! Ugh, yikes! Bullseye!
Alright, that's it for the video. I want to thank y'all for checking this one out. Definitely appreciate it. Make sure in the comments down below, let me know what you think. If you'd like me to do this entire video or if you want AI to take over. And just so you know, next month is going to be my choice. So, you will not be getting a showcase of your builds. I'm actually going to be showcasing one of my builds. So, make sure to submit one of your builds for a chance to be featured in a future showcase video. Links down below. And we'll be back with your build showcase in June. Question for y'all. Do you like my Gundam shorts? Because honestly, I love making them. But there's a problem. If you're looking on screen right there, that is my display case. And that little area is all the room I have left to store my Gundam kits. So, once that space gets filled, I will no longer be able to do any more Gundam shorts. But there is a way to save them, and you have that power. And it's very simple. All you gotta do is go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Help me save Gundam shorts on this channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, help grow this channel, and help us build one of the strongest communities on the internet today. And if you own Gundam Breaker 4 and you want a chance to be featured on this channel, why don't you go ahead and submit your build using the link down below for a chance to get your build featured in a future video on this channel.